We will finish it out with the Lady Statesman softball team. Took 2 out of 3 from Christian Brothers this weekend. A 4-1 win yesterday at University Field. Hit 6 home runs in the series this week for softball, similar to baseball, at West Florida in Pensacola for a 3-game weekend set with the Argos. So with that, we'll bring up head coach Casey Burgoyne-Charles to make a statement about the wins against CBU and then take any questions that you have.
Thank you, Cody. 2 out of 3 on the weekend. First of all, we were just excited to play at home. That was opening weekend at home from us, and we're 14 games in, so glad to be at home. A lot of great support. Series started out tough with a 3-0 loss. We actually started Olivia Burns all 3 games. That game was no different. Gave up. It was a 0-0 ball game for a long time, and it would have stayed that way. Made a crucial mistake, and then just one lucky pop of the bat for a home run. So down 3-0, couldn't come back from that. Game 2 was just a lead exchange kind of game. I felt like we had it under control the whole time. Players were the hitters made adjustments as the game went on. We went down late, had a couple big hits, big at bats, big pinch hit, 2-run home run in the 7th to tie it up. But CBU, they're a much improved team. They kept fighting. They just kept taking the lead back from us, and we found a way to get it back in the 7th and in the 8th. Sunday, slow start again. They went with the same pitcher. I would have done the same thing. Lefty, a little bit slow, had us off balance a little bit. We lived on the long ball this weekend. I don't think that's the kind of team we're going to be in the long run, but if I'm wrong about that, I'm going to be happy about that. But the team fought hard. We could have easily went down. We could have easily given up. We were having some tough at bats. We were striking out a lot. We were mishitting balls. We were really off balance, and we could have given up when we went down. And the girls didn't do that. So I was really proud of the way they fought. Another thing I thought I was really proud of was that we lost game 1, and then we're able to come back and win game 2 and 3. And that's hard to do. And that's hard to do against anybody in our league. And so it was a decent weekend for us. Just glad to be playing at home finally. Of course, going on the road this week, and just looking forward to getting back to work this week.
For the players, do you just the overall, just playing on their home field in front of their home fans, do you feel that was just kind of a good shot in the arm for them at the right time?
Yeah, I do. And it's an opposite schedule from baseball. It's probably day 6 at home for them, and I remember thinking when we were preparing, our girls don't know what that feels like yet, and it's always great to play at home. They had to put a lot of work in last week. We tarped, we untarped. We did that 2 or 3 times. It takes a lot of effort to play at home this time of year. But, yeah, I think it was good for them. I think it was just another boundary that we crossed. We've been on the road. We've won, we've lost. Now we've been at home. So just trying to get them to learn how to play together still and be a little bit more consistent with what we're doing.
As far as with the team winning the 2 out of 3, winning their last 2 in a row, was there any aspect of the game that you felt that they did better than they had in the previous weeks?
Well, for me, we have hitters that are kind of up and down. We've been living on this kid had a good weekend here and this kid had a good weekend there, and what we need is more hitters doing that at the same time. And you can look at this past weekend, and Piku was 5 for 9 with 2 home runs. Lofton, who's been struggling a little bit, had a good weekend. Deason finally had a good weekend. So it's just them being more consistent with that. But it always changes. So when we get, and sometimes it's the top of the lineup, sometimes it's the bottom. So when we can get more production from 1 to 9, I think it'll be a little bit different. The other thing, we were really good in relief this weekend. Nobody hardly starts the same pitcher 3 times, and we did that, and I like that call, and I'm glad that we did it. But we got some really good relief innings out of Emily Baker. She threw 5 innings. She got both wins on the weekend, so she's able to come in, and I think she's comfortable in that role, coming in behind somebody, and she keeps the ball down and has off speed, and she's been striking some people out. So I think it's starting to come around for several parts.
Looking at this weekend, taking on West Florida, a team that went to the World Series last year, just how good are they this year? Have you really paid attention much?
I have, and I don't know how good they are, and I don't know how much I care. I really try to worry about us. I tell the team that, and I really do believe it. I think you have to have the mentality of letting them play against you, and I don't care what they did last year or I know they have 2 number 1 pitchers, and none of that bothers me. I just think it's about preparing with the right mindset and doing your job and trying to make in game and in at bat adjustments and just having the right attitude and the right approach. And I don't think they're as good as all the hype is, but there's not an easy inning in this league. I know that, and I think we learned from this weekend. If you have an out to work with, you have a chance to win. And I really want our team to understand what that means and to get used to fighting for, not just late innings and not just with 2 outs, but just from the beginning to the end.
And does it help the fact that you're going into a game like this or a weekend series like this, coming off of a series win yourself as far as momentum, or do you pretty much close the book on conference series to the next conference series?
I think you can do a little bit of both. I don't think there's anything wrong with allowing these kids to have momentum and to feel momentum and to feel positivity and to feel like they did something they can be proud of, and kind of use that through the week. And then I think when the time is right, you got to start thinking about West Florida, and you start thinking about them in a sense of you're just moving on. You don't really worry about them in particular, but you just worry about doing your job against them when that time comes. All right, thanks.